and a lot of the girls admitted they've been to many, that were all focused on materialism and manifesting material goals. Now, material goals are fine. There's nothing wrong with wanting a nice house or wanting to, own a boat or whatever you want to have. But what I helped them to process yesterday was, if we are entering in a state of creation from a place of, if I have this, I'll be happy, I'll be satisfied. If I have that many people like me, then I'll feel enough. It's coming from ego. And it will never be enough, because it'll always be that emptiness inside saying I'm not enough, so it needs more and more, and it consumes and it will destroy. Look at our planet. Look what we do when we're in ego energy. We consume and we destroy ourselves, our bodies, our environments. And so when we shift into a place of really being aligned with that divinity, the question is no longer, what do I need to do? What should I do? It is, what do I choose to give the earth? What do I choose to create? What do I choose from my heart to birth into reality? That is a higher heart's calling. And every one of you listening has that inside of you. Every one of you has it. Some of you might be working in jobs and businesses, and you're doing what you think you should do, what you've got to do. What do I need to do? You're in that energy. You're probably not very happy. You're probably not very fulfilled. You're probably exhausted. You're probably racing to work, cutting people off, flipping people the bird, ignoring your children when they talk to you, cutting your wife off. And you're miserable because you're racing to get somewhere, and it will never satisfy you, no matter how far away you race. But if you slow down, and if we come into this place of presence, and we remembered our divinity, and we started to really live with authenticity and truthfulness, we would no longer be asking, what do I need to do? It would be, what do I choose to give? What do I choose to birth into creation? And that is a very different way of living, and that is going to make all the difference on this planet. So I'm going to pause and see if there are if you guys have any comments, write them in. I would love to hear from you. Come on, bring it. What do you guys say?
Yeah, come on, guys. Tanya needs some oil on the fire.
Yeah, I need to take a sip. I'm like, my throat's dry. Seriously, what does anybody feel about that? An amen? I don't know if I agree with that, Tanya. Bring it. What do you got? I can always count on Amnon for the hallelujah. So, anybody? Nobody talking?
Tiffany says it's good.
Tiffany said it's good?
Yeah.
Nice. Thank you for calling in as well, Tiffany. And I'm glad you love Wizard of Oz, and I think it's a great film for that, that symbol and understanding. But basically, we're almost at the end of the show. Is there anybody else?
Yeah, Michael says it's good too. And I know the guys on the chat on the Tanya Live show on Nissan Communications say, what is he talking about? We don't see those people. Those people are on Blab. So we bring them in from Blab also. So that's why there's like 2 chats.
Oh, okay.
But it's okay.
Okay, because I'm like, what's happening?
Yeah, the one on the website is the main one, so it's okay.
Okay. So does anybody on Blab have anything to say?
I'm reading you. Everything so far was all said. Okay, now Pegasus is saying, are you aware of any religions that highlight one's divinity or is inner spirituality? The most effective means of cultivating that. He's asking.
Okay, I didn't catch the question. What was it?
The most effective means of cultivating that. It doesn't sound like a question, but there's a question mark at the end.
Okay. I didn't catch the religious part.
Well, are you aware of any religions that highlight one's divinity or I guess it's or is inner spirituality? I guess it's inner spirituality. Not sure, but
okay. Well, I'm not exactly sure what that question means, but I would say
read it. You can read it for yourself.
Yeah, well, I'm listening to you, but I'm just
Oh,
not exactly sure what it's meaning. But I would say, like, I am aware there are religions that do, guide people to believe that there's a lot of different approaches with religions. There's like Buddhism, which tells us that, we are to go in and have reflection and to come back and be true to self. And it's about compassion and all this inner awareness. And then there's also religions that teach that we are to just be good stewards and be people pleasers, basically. And then at some point we'll die and we'll maybe earn our way into heaven. And so I feel like there's different expressions in religion that actually are very contradictory towards living in one's divinity. And that may be what this person's kind of prodding. I'm not exactly sure. But when we feel like, if we've been taught by a lot of people, the silent whispers have taught us that if we are people pleasers and we do good deeds, then we'll earn our way into heaven. Or it could even be insane religions that are saying if we go drop bombs on certain people that aren't in our club, we'll go to heaven, because there's that religious energy too. And then there's the ones that are, about living with compassion and awareness. Like Buddhism is the one I would most say I relate to, but even some aspects of that have projections and belief systems that are not in alignment. But I feel, in essence, I'm not religious. I am not religious. I won't even claim a religion. And I'm not against people who are. Everyone's got their path to find their awareness back to the oneness. And I feel like my path of awareness back to the oneness is love. And so when I enter that, if I want to embody a state of love, I have to give that to myself as well. So if I am embodying self-love and I have honor for self, and then I reflect that and I express and share that outwardly with others, that's really coming back to that oneness. And for me, this whole show today was about being a truth teller and living in our highest truth, having the courage to be in our truth, to have fearlessness, to speak our truth, is really self-love. And if we can't do that, it will start to create dis-ease in our bodies and in our relationships and in our environments, in our culture, collective consciousness. And it creates this insanity, or the complexity, as the reading I shared, the complexity that's actually an illusion that starts to dim one's own light. And in truth, we are all light. We are all love. We are all gods and goddesses.
okay.
And it doesn't mean that we need to like bow down and worship each other or anything religious. It means that in essence, you are, as Christ said, I am the living light. I am the great I am. You are one with your source. So whatever you state, I am, be mindful of it, because you are going to start embodying that. So I am terrible at math. I am a shitty, musician. I'm a terrible husband. I'm an amazing healer. I am a beautiful gardener. I am a masterful cook and chef. Whatever it is you say, you're the creator. So if your creations are not really fun, then start to pay attention to your I am statements. Oh, I'm broke. I'm useless. I'm nothing. Okay, because you're going to start to experience that. So if you want to experience a more beautiful, blissful reality, part of this whole dialogue today was to help us to come back to a state of oneness with our source, our heart's truth, and love self, and start to express our I am statements of not, what do I have to do? Because there's nothing you need to do. Remember that? There's nothing we need to do. But what if we come back to this place of the heart of, what do I choose to birth into reality? What do I choose to give of myself to this world? And what is my heart's deepest truth? What means the most to me? What matters to me? What if that was our highest resolution this year, and every day of the year, every day for infinity, if we lived in such a state of love and oneness and self-love and honor, that we expressed our truth, that we did not deny ourselves. Every time, like, we worry so much about betraying others and denying them, and we betray ourselves daily. Think about that. Think about how many times you do not say what you really want to say, how many times you betray and deny yourself, how many times you withhold the need that you have in yourself to please another. And this is what we need to start shifting. I feel this is an amazing opportunity being given to us so that we can evolve humanity forward. It's not something we have to do. It's something that will be joyful and that will help us evolve humanity out of this complexity and this chaos into a state of harmony and bliss. And so if you love chaos and complexity, by all means, stay in your egoic mind, but please stay away from me, because I don't need it. And if you are a being that has enough awareness and love and reverence, and you want to be in this beautiful state, come on in and let's play together. Yes, Samnon, jingle bells.
Pegasus explained, so I just want you to hear it. So it's all, the question is the whole thing. Are you aware of any religions that highlight one's divinity, or is inner spirituality the most effective means of cultivating that?
Oh, gotcha. Now I understand.
He said he hit return by mistake, so.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a little lost on that. So inner exploration, inner stillness, I feel is the swiftest path to any revelation. Or like the card we drew today with lapis lazuli. Remember, we can invite this beautiful crystal's energy into our energy field to assist us as medicine in our energy field, was all about realization. And so going inward in stillness, every master that we've ever talked about on the planet, ascended masters, meaning they've reached the state of mastery, what they all have in common, they all retreat from the world often and go inward. The Buddha, Christ, you name it, the different beings like, Mary, they don't talk about her in an aligned way, but Mary Magdalene, Mother Mary, Mother Teresa, we've had Gandhi, we've had, there's so many, but all these humans that have come and they've learned to reach a state of mastery, and then they express to the world and they become teachers and leaders because the world calls them to be. The world and they call each other to themselves to align with their divine message of truth. And in that truth, they all have that common thing in common. The thing they have in common is what I'm trying to say, is that they all go inward. And that inner stillness is where they find truth and where they remember their oneness, where they remember their divinity. So this is why my beloved and I, our intention will be to help as many as we can, and as we joyfully choose to, that also see and honor our divinity and see and honor what we're here to do. The workshops I will lead this year, they're going to be different. I can feel it because I'm not tolerating shit anymore. I'm not going to just feel like I have to give it all away, because I don't. And there's a shift happening inside Tanya Love. And I hope it's also reflective of a shift happening in many of you, which is that we're going to start honoring ourselves more. We're going to start believing in ourselves more and trusting and moving with patience, but having courage and conviction and knowing ourselves, being self-realized. And we are going to be powerful leaders when we do that. And we're going to ignite this in others because that's how it works. And really, I feel like it's going to be beautiful, but each of us are going to discover this by being still and going within. And that's why meditation to me it's like the most important thing. The most important thing in our physical experience is to honor that time for meditation, and not just meaning going and being quiet and chanting and going to yoga. Those are beautiful ways, and I encourage those ways. But it's really like the girls who mentor, and not just girls, men and women who mentor with me in my yoga teacher trainings, what they learn from working with me for 3 months in a mentorship is that Tanya Love's medicine that she ignites in them is to learn and to embody the ability to move in a moving meditation in everything you do. So that whether you're on a yoga mat doing a yoga pose or teaching a class, or you're in your car driving, or you're standing in the line at the grocery store, you enter the now with presence, and it becomes this magical energy of flow that moves through you, and you move in a moving meditation. There is no more chaos. You move and you're at peace always. You embody a peace that surpasses all understanding. And that is what one will gain from meditation, but it's not necessarily like just materialistic gain. And so to many humans, the path of meditation will seem very boring and like, why should I go there? I got stuff to do. I need entertainment. Let's go distract ourselves again. And that's fine. you'll continue to do that as humans until you've realized that it really doesn't serve you and it is not helping you. And once you've exhausted yourselves, you'll all come to this place